Welcome to Anything is Possible, the sports betting show where anything is possible. And in this case, me going 0 for 3 last weekend is possible. So sometimes you find slumps, sometimes you get on hot streaks. Boys, I think it's only fair to start this show with the wet bet.
Get wet, baby!
But I'm going to look at it as a positive. So this is going to be, some may call it a baptism, some may call it a cleansing, some may call it just a rejuvenation. But as I pour this water onto my head, this full water bottle, may the gambling gods cleanse my spirit and bring me some locks this weekend. I'm going to go for it.
Yes. Here we go. Get wet.
Dunk it. Dunk it.
Yep. Pour it on. Pour it on. Was that fresh out the fridge or what? Oh, he can't hear because he doesn't have headphones. The noises he's making. Well, while he's wet, I do want to say I appreciate him coming through on this and fulfilling the bet.
Oh, man. We got the microphone wet. I'm sitting in a puddle right now.
That is a soggy boy.
That's unbelievable.
That is a soggy boy.
Headphones are going to get a little soggy here. But guess what? I'm going to be on the beach in 2 days, and I'm going to be just like this. Just as wet as this. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Chris, I appreciate you fulfilling the bet. I was just saying when you didn't have headphones on. It was a fun fight against you last week.
It wasn't even close, man. It was awesome. So brutal for me to sit there and watch Oklahoma State just get absolutely dominated. I couldn't even watch it, so I was listening to it as I was getting some stuff done around the house, and it was just every other play was, and a turnover and a touchdown for Texas. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is brutal. Yeah. But this is what we needed. We needed the cleansing. We needed the baptism. Lately, I've been betting off of stats and, this is a good grade for this system and this. That's never how I've gambled. I've always gambled with my heart. I've always followed my heart and my gut play, and it's always backed me up. So I'm going back to basics. I'm going back to my heart. I'm getting rid of the stats. I don't care about the last 7 games or the last 9 games. It doesn't matter. The next game is the next game, and that's the most important game.
Yes.
I am not going to give out the first pick this week. I want Adam to continue to start off our show with the absolute banger, the absolute locks. But before we do that, Dave, why don't you give us a quick recap, tell us everybody's numbers, where we're standing, and just give us the update on the tracker here.
All right, so we'll start with Adam's absolute lock pick of the week. This guy is absolute money. If you're betting and listening to the show, you need to ride with Adam every week. The guy's 4-0 so far in this segment. I mean, week after week, it's been NCAA football. He gave us some English Premier League last week, and he is 4-0. So he's at 100%. Chris?
Yeah, clear your throat for that one, bud.
Chris, on the other hand, so far, you should fade him, but...
Which I said, to be fair, I have said fade me all along.
From the beginning.
So he is currently 3-5, which isn't terrible. I mean, he's ready for a bounce back.
He's a good week away from being above 500, folks.
Exactly. This week he goes 3 for 3. He's up to 6-5, and he's above the 50% mark. But for now, he's hanging out at 37.5%. You hate to see it, but I still love you. So,
that's right, and Dave, how are you doing?
And me, I'm 6-2. I'm at 75%. Yeah. I've been hot. I've been feeling good. Feeling nice. But no, it's, I've been going football, college, NFL, whatever it might be, but I'm 6-2. So 75%.
Are you guys ready for some basketball? I mean, I feel like I'm ready for some basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
just
ready
in general. I'm ready to start transitioning to some basketball.
Strictly college?
Yeah,
Are you going to flirt with the NBA a little bit?
So, I'll tell you a funny story about the NBA, guys. So, I don't know anything about the NBA, but I did see all over the, Twitter and Instagram, this Victor Wembanyama guy. And he's like 7'4", right?
Slender man.
So his first game, I'm like, this dude's so tall. He's got to be getting rebounds. He's got to be, putting up points in the paint. Then I turn on this game after I've already placed my bets, and shame on me because I should have known this, but I did not. This guy's a point guard. He's out there shooting threes all game, and he doesn't hardly ever go into the paint.
Yeah, because he's like 7'6" and like 190 pounds. He's an absolute string bean.
I was flabbergasted when I saw it. I was like, this dude's whipping up threes from downtown? No way.
Once he gets the little NBA workout regimen, get him on a meal plan, he's going to fill out, and then, dude, he's going to be in the paint, and he's still going to have the outside game, and he's going to be a threat.
It could take him 6 years to fill out, though, honestly.
I mean, for sure, but it'll happen.
It will happen eventually.
I'll tell you right now, I'm steering clear of any NBA betting because I don't know anything.
You know what I'm not steering clear of? Adam's absolute lock of the week. Satisfaction guaranteed. Adam, give it to us.
Yep.
What a transition.
Like we've said, customer satisfaction guaranteed. I guarantee it. Your satisfaction is my guarantee. I'm going back across the pond, and I'm sticking with it. I'm riding with my Reds. I'm going Liverpool again. 6:30 a.m. on Saturday. If you're in the Central Time Zone, we got Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. So I'm taking a Liverpool W against Crystal Palace. And not only just that, but to add on top of it, I'm going with a Mo Salah goal. He scored 7 goals in 6 seasons at Liverpool against Crystal Palace. He didn't get in on the action in a wild game against Fulham. He's going to come back. There's a midweek game this week. I think they're going to rest him. He's not going to play the full time. He's going to have some fresh legs going into Saturday against Crystal Palace. That's a Mo Salah goal and a Liverpool W.
Wow. Transitioning a little bit away from the typical Mo Salah assist, which I know you're a big fan of.
Big fan of.
And for those listeners that don't know, you did have an off-pod bet that you put in last week as well on Liverpool that also cashed with it's a 4-leg parlay, I believe. Liverpool over on goals, a Mo Salah assist, and a correct goal scorer pick.
Yep.
Banger for you. I love that.
Yep.
Ride Liverpool into the stratosphere, man. I love it for you.
You have to.
Amazing. You're incredible at that. It's awesome.
You really are. All right, Dave.
Thank
follow
you,
us
guys.
up there.
Jesus, thank you.
Are you going all NFL, Dave?
I'm going all NFL this week.
As am I.
All
I
right.
love that.
Well,
so
then
you start us off, and we'll go back and forth.
Bingo. We're bouncing. All right. So I'm going to start.
I hope we have another water bet.
I know. I kind of hope so, too. And we haven't talked about this before the show. So my first game that I am betting this week, Detroit Lions and Chicago Bears. I am going with the Lions -3 in Chicago. The Bears will get that 3 points for being the home team. So really this is a 6-point swing.
Yeah.
But because, exactly. So I'm going Lions -3, much better team. I would never bet for the Bears. I won't say never, but I'm not doing it this week. And I think the Lions are a good team. Don't have a lot of numbers behind it other than if you know anything about the NFL, you know the Lions are better than the Bears. And so I'm going Lions -3.
Great choice there.
Is the Detroit Lions trend Jared Goff's play concerning to you at all? Very, very weak showing against the Green Bay Packers on Thanksgiving Day. And then even though they pulled out the dub, not a very good showing against the New Orleans Saints last week. Goff's kind of been getting pick happy. We're not seeing a very good Jared Goff. Any concerns there, or just 100% confidence coming into this pick?
It's 100% confident. One, because I'm betting on it, and two, because so I have to be confident. But then two, the Bears are just so bad. The Saints are bad, and I get that wasn't a good showing, but the Bears are even worse. Okay. And the Packers are hot, so I don't put a lot of stock in that. So the Packers are good. So I'm going Lions -3. Confident.
Okay. Love that. I was actually going to have this be my third pick, but I'm going to move it up to my first pick just because it is a little relevant right here. I was bashing them last week, guys, and I'm sitting here wet. And I think that's just a good indication of me not being on the right strand of the decision making lately. I'm going to ride with my battle buddy this weekend, my roommate, my Mexican partner, Sam Plager. And the Packers. I'm going to take Packers -6.5 at the Giants. I think the Packers have been hot. They really impressed me in their last game. I think they got something working, something cooking. So I'm going to take Packers -6.5, and I don't care about the stats. I'm just going with my heart. I'm going with my battle buddy, and I'm going Packers.
I like that a lot.
I do like that pick a lot. I think that is the football game, honestly, when I was looking at to decide my guarantee for you guys, that's the one I felt the best about. The Packers
Yeah.
are playing such good football. The Giants just they don't have it. They don't have it this year.
They don't.
We talked they just don't have it. They just don't have it. I'm sorry. And the Packers are hot. And I don't think the Giants are going to be able to slow that down. So I'm sorry. The Giants, they don't have it. You can quote me on that. They don't have it.
I think that should be made into a poster. So, okay, my second pick. Now, this is, you want to talk about teams that are cold, Adam, with my last pick. I'm picking a cold team here. And the experts may not agree with me, but I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs at home against the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh.
They're only 2.5-point favorites at home, which is low. So a field goal wins it for them. I think that the Chiefs, coming off of the loss that they had last week, are going to be motivated. I think them playing at home is going to help them in this situation. I think the Bills, we know that they haven't been nearly as good this year as they have been in past years. All of that combined makes me lean the Chiefs with that small line of -2.5 that is currently in place. I think that that's a pretty safe bet. So Chiefs -2.5 at home against the Bills.
That's a good pick. I like your reasoning there. I personally would probably avoid that game just because I think it's kind of sketchy. It gives me a sketchy vibe.
Yep.
But I do have to say real quick, I don't want to sit here and defend any of my picks last week because they were bad. But I will say my 1 point of contention, down 8.
As he proceeds to defend his picks from last week.
I mean, the most obvious pass interference I've ever seen. Did not get called. Good opportunity for the Packers to go down. They would have been first and goal, chance to score a touchdown, 2-point conversion. They go to overtime and they win by 7 and cover. I know I was the one that said that typically the refs are trying to give the Chiefs the games. That's just the trend I see, and I think that roughing the
unsportsmanlike.
It was unsportsmanlike. I do think that was a terrible call that they were trying to give.
It was
the
a
Chiefs.
makeup call.
Yeah,
it was 100% just righting a
for that
wrong.
first down. So I will say the refs are always suspect in Chiefs games. I just think they always are suspect. So I would avoid that, but I do like your reasoning and I like your pick. So again,
my only thing that I'm a little bit nervous about there is the Bills are coming off, I believe, a bye week. Am I correct?
I believe so.
So they have a little bit longer time to prepare. I thought like you maybe would have known that. I know you got Stephon Diggs on the fantasy team. Was he or was he not in the lineup this week?
Oh yeah, he was on bye. Duh. Thank you for the reminder.
They got a lot of time to prepare for the Chiefs. That's the only thing. They maybe could have worked out some kinks, but what does that really do? I don't have the numbers to back that feeling up. It's just kind of a gut feeling.
And they play so much, I feel like they know what they're preparing for.
That game's always a great game. Either way, it's going to be one that I'm tuning in to watch.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, speaking of going off of gut feel and going with your heart, I think the stars are aligning here with the color of Dave's hat. The latch here is a perfect little Miami Dolphins teal blue.
Yeah.
-13, I know it's a lot, but I mean, I'll put anything on the Dolphins right now to just, go out and get work done. I know Tyreek Hill's still fighting for that 2,000-yard season. He's on track. I think he just needs like 112 or 115 yards for the rest of the games to hit the number. I love his dedication to that. I love setting that goal. I think he's been working hard towards it. I love the Dolphins here. I don't care about the number. Just give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, what's the matchup?
Yeah, we don't even know who they're playing.
Titans at Dolphins.
Okay. Love it. Love that bet.
That 13 doesn't look so bad anymore.
Yeah.
No. Not a strong offense coming out of there in Tennessee. Defense will be on the field a lot. And they're hot. Tyreek Hill, say less.
Yeah.
Say less.
Tyreek Hill, stud.
So Dolphins -13. Lock that in.
All right. So my last pick, we're going prime time, Sunday night football. Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys. And I'm taking Eagles +3.5.
Wow.
I know. Kind of crazy because those Cowboys, Them boys have been
The
pretty
trend's
good.
there. The trend is Jalen Hurts healthy.
He's playing. So I
The
think
Eagles put
that-
up 28 against the Cowboys the first time they played, I think, this season. So I don't hate that at all.
Yeah, it's 3.5 too, so they could lose by a field goal, and I still hit. So I'm going Eagles plus 3.5. I think the Eagles are a good team. I think
Yeah.
the Cowboys are a good team, but I think the Eagles are a great team as well. And I don't see them getting blown out for sure. I think it'll be a close game, and I'm going to take that plus 3.5. I like
That's a
it
great
on
pick.
prime time.
Love it. All right. I'm going against the stats here, guys. Everything is saying the Browns. Everything is saying the Browns against Jags. I don't care.
Uh-huh.
I'm going with my
Whoa.
heart. I'm taking the
Oh.
Jags.
Gosh.
I like it.
It was a messy game, but I was impressed by the Jags' running ability and their pass catching. I know Christian Kirk, is he out?
He's out. Trevor
I know.
Lawrence is going to be out. That makes me feel a little shaky. Trevor Lawrence with that high ankle sprain, Christian Kirk with that abdominal issue.
Trevor
Jags-
Lawrence is confirmed out or is questionable.
He's questionable still, but
He's a battler though. He plays through injury sometimes. I don't know, guys. I think I just have to trust my gut here. I think I just got to trust it.
Your gut treats you well.
Telling me Jags plus 3.
I like it personally.
I'm gonna
I
ride
do.
with it. I'm just gonna ride with it and trust the Jags here. So
And who's the home team in that game?
it's Jags at Browns.
All right. Oh yeah, you can't be that. I don't think that's a bad pick, especially with them being underdogs at plus 3. You get the field goal.
And I do genuinely believe that a game in Cleveland in December, you got to expect probably cold weather. You just said they ran the ball well last week without
Right.
Trevor Lawrence. They're going to look
Yeah.
at ETN a lot.
Just
I
let
don't
him
think
run
the
it.
backup quarterback came in and did a bad job at
No,
all.
he did well.
And the
Yeah.
Browns offense just doesn't do anything for me. I mean,
Yep.
the Browns went against you last week, and the Rams dummied the Browns. And I
Yeah.
think the Jags are a much better team than the Rams, even without a healthy Trevor Lawrence. So, Chris, I'm backing
Yeah.
you on that pick. I like
Love
that
that.
pick a lot.
Love
Yep.
that. Lock me in
And
Jags
the
plus
Browns have
3.
Joe Flacco, so that tells you where their offense is at.
Love
So,
that.
I like it, Chris.
All right, boys. Well, that is the slate. Those are the picks. Let's do a quick recap. We'll start with Adam, go with Dave, and then I'll bring us home, and then we'll shut the show down and get ready for Mexico.
Let's
I love
do it.
that.
So, yep, I got Liverpool W with a Mo Salah goal.
I love that. All right, I got Lions at Bears, taking the Lions minus 3. Bills at Chiefs, I'm taking the Chiefs minus 2.5. Eagles at Cowboys for primetime Sunday Night Football, and I'm going Eagles plus 3.5.
Love it. Jags at Browns. I'm going Jags plus 3. Dolphins at Titans, or Titans at Dolphins, excuse me. I'm going Dolphins, minus 13. And hitting us home, I believe it's Monday night. Packers at Giants. I'm going Packers minus 6.5. Shout out Packers. Shout out Sam Plager. Shout out Mexico. Shout out the boys.
Boys, I love it. Let's win.
Anything is possible, folks.
Anything's
Anything
possible.
Is possible. Never give up on your dreams. Always go after it with all your veracity. Anything is possible in life and in sports. Never give up. That's anything is possible. Presented by Nightly Nonsense.
Oh,
Thanks for
yes.
tuning in.
Bingo.
Thank you.